Okay guys, Josh has this pretty well taken apart. He's now taken out the bolts that hold the valve cover on, and then we're going to pull the valve cover.
The one thing, Fickum harness, not the wiring harness, but that holds the Fickum down. Bracket. There's a couple of different styles. My style was two separate ones. Jared has an all-in-one bracket. There's 4 bolts there. Sometimes the nuts on the top of the bolts will come off. Other times it'll actually take it right out of the valve cover. So don't be shocked if like 3 come. Like 3 of my nuts just came. 3 of the nuts on the bolts.
PG-13, Josh. Come on, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Just came off, but the other one, the whole like I guess I'd call it a stud, came out of the valve cover. So then I just took a 12mm on the other 3 and took that off. So it's going to be a 12mm for, I'm assuming, the rest of the valve cover. I'll correct you myself if I'm wrong. Just got to warm up.
And guys, when you're working in the cold, having a fire pit directly across from where you're working, this is key. This is,
if your lifted truck doesn't fit in the garage, you need a fire pit. That's just, it's either a fire pit or build yourself a larger garage, and I didn't have the finances for the for the garage, so we got a fire pit for now. All right, we'll get back to you, or unless you want to show them something before we.
So, well, nothing really anyway, guys. After we are actually pulling the valve cover and showing you guys the inside of it, we'll get back to you then. And look for this video when I finally get around to it, his relocation kit. Just some stuff showing it off. I don't have all of it, the whole install, but I do have parts of it that I want to show you guys. It's the Bulletproof Diesel relocation kit. It's a pretty cool kit. But anyway, guys, talk to you soon. Alright, he's got everything off here. We believe. Oh, we think. We've been proven wrong before.
Doesn't look very pretty back here. A little bit of rust, not too bad. It'll do for now. She'll have to be replaced. And here's the.
Be careful with your gaskets there, or with your gasket there, guy. It is reusable. It's not the cheapest gasket in the world. It's a tight fit, but it can definitely be done. So,
rail.
Anyway, there's his oil rail all in there. We're going to be taking that sucker out here shortly, and
we're not going to be replacing the dummy plugs and the stand plugs, but it's highly recommended to do so.
Although I can't remember which ones are bad. I think you actually have the good ones, dude.
We'll see.
Anyway, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. Okay guys, Josh is here removing we have the dummy plug and stand pipe. It is a 2-piece stand pipe. So in his only the top.
Well, if it wasn't, it is now. No, we believe that it came out separate, so there's going to be a piece in there. Alright, so I'm taking the oil rail off. I'm trying to be very cautious, knowing that, well, first of all, there's oil in it still. Secondly, we want to take it off very evenly. Leave it there to drain so it doesn't make a mess. Also, I have that other part of the... I don't see it. But the the stand plug or stand pipe is in there still too. So curious as to where. But
our injector rebuilder that we used for this was Warren Diesel. It's just a stock remanufactured, stock everything. I believe they do use a new spool valve though. I forget exactly if it's new or just reconditioned, but they do address.
So if you can stay on this side of maybe what Diesel Tech Ron shows is there's two ways to do it. I've always just pushed down on this metal piece. Yeah, let me look at number 4 here. If you just push this metal piece down, then you can pull the wiring harness off. You can actually use a flathead and just pry this metal piece off, and then there's nothing holding it in. But if you do that, you know, I'm never going to go against anything Diesel Tech Ron said, but if you take it off completely, then you run the risk of losing it. And
you have your head opened up. It's a bad time to lose something.
So yeah, especially if you can't find it. So I just push down and then you can pull it out. So there we are. It's unplugged. The next thing, again, what Diesel Tech Ron trick. There is a tool for this, but he recommends an 18 or a 19 millimeter socket. If you do break one of these plastic pieces, he says it always finds the IPR. Because anything that breaks in here is going to run through your oil system and eventually apparently get to your IPR. There is a tool for this, again.
And sorry guys, it's kind of hard to get a good angle in here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far here. But I pushed it enough with the 18 millimeter that it came out. And we have all 4. There's 2 clips on the top. There, you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can show you that with the new injector as well. So if you see right here, that's either a 40 or a 45. Well, give me the 40 and the 45.
Here's your 40.
See if it's the 40. It is the 40. You might not be able to use your kit from Craftsman or something. You might need something a little bit more.
Was that a direct jab at my Craftsman kit? On
no,
camera?
It's just, Craftsman is what it is. And they don't have everything. That's all.
No, for these guys, you want the extent. Josh has a nice little, I want to say, is this Harbor Freight, dude?
It's not Harbor Freight. It's just nothing fancy. I'm not sure where I got it. It might have been like an Advanced or an AutoZone.
It's a nice little kit here that he has. It comes with the socket to hook it up to your wrench. But what you're looking for is the extended length here. What's wrong with the shorter ones is they have the socket about where my thumb's at, and it interferes with the injector. You can't get it straight down on there. You're gonna get it at an angle. Not saying you can't do it, it's just not recommended. And when you're talking about like $150 or $125 injector,
you really want to be playing games with it.
Yeah. Or if you really spent some money and got something bigger, you know.
Alright, so
be careful using this power ratchet again. You want to always break them loose by hand, guys. Lost the tie down.
Here's the injector. I'll go get the tie down. It's leaking.
Oh, sorry.
Off the truck. Thank you.
So guys, looks like he got the copper washer came out. Not quite sure we're not sure what failed on it, guys. Whether we got a crack somewhere. I'm trying to kind of take a good look at it here.
Here's the tie down if you want to show people that.
So the tie down goes in a very specific way on it. There.
You can see
there's
the
a
notch.
And it goes in there. That's how your injector will go. There's only one way to put them in correctly, guys.
So you see there's not much room there and you need the length. to clear the injector itself.
If I remember right, fuel enters this at that little screen there all the way around. I believe that's where the fuel comes in. Actuated at the top from the oil pressure. So that's what the injector looks like. Want to be very careful with the tip. It did come with a cap on there. We just popped it off a second ago.
Don't install it with the tip on.
Yeah. So we tried to clean up this injector tip, see what happened. I don't see any obvious cracks or anything. There's some places with more carbon buildup than others, but you know, hard to tell.
So just a heads up, it appears to be fine. It's just the
So why don't you push your plug through? Guys, don't forget to put a little oil on this O-ring here too. Just aid in it going in easily and not damaging the O-ring, giving you a good seal. And once you press it through, connect your Fickum harness to this. Don't put everything back together and then try to plug it in after, because if you didn't put it in far enough,
when you put that harness on, it'll just come right back out.
I think I heard him click, dude.
No, it didn't. There it is.
Also, guys, one more place. The very top, you want to dab a little oil in the top of the injector. There's an O-ring in there that seals up the oil rail. So there's plenty in the injectors that are still in there you can use spare oil, whatever, but just make sure you put a little in there. Alright guys, Josh is bringing back the oil rail now. We did look it over, make sure there's no obvious signs of damage to anything that would need addressed while we have it out. And everything looked good. Now notice as he's setting this on, he's just gently setting it on there. And then he's going to press on each side of it to try to get it to seat.
I think it's seated. Oh, oh. Yeah, apparently these things are easy to break. That's what they say. But sucker went on there like it was supposed to.
So
Diesel Tech Ron also recommends starting on either side, making sure you thread one on either side, and then hand starting all of them before you start cranking them down. Always good advice. I think we've all made that mistake at one point or another. I know I have. You get to the last bolt and she just ain't gonna go in.
intake manifold I did it on. I called you very upset one day, the first time I tore the job apart. And
nothing else there is to do other than take it back off.
I got one whole side of it. I believe I got the whole passenger side. And then I went to start the other side. And it didn't start.
Where's the other there's my 40. What is it, 35 or something? The Torx bit? Oh, here it is.
So guys, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna get all these started, get our stand plug and dummy pipe or dummy plug started as well.
No, with that 2-piece, I should probably put that one in, see how.
And then after everything's in and started, then we'll start tightening everything down. So we'll get back to you guys then. Sorry about the lighting here, guys, but yeah. Nice puff of black smoke, but otherwise nice and clean so far. Little haze there to be expected, but
As long as it stops.
oh yeah. Guys, sorry about the lighting here.
Alright, it's fixed.
Huh?
You'd be able to tell. No, I shouldn't have said that.
It looks good though. Do you want me to give it a